Everyone to the fifth anniversary of the English Coaching Project, Coop. Okay? For us, it's a very proud day. If you don't know.
Okay, he is going to be talking on the wonderful subject of how living abroad changes you. And take the floor.
Hi everyone, so my name is Andoni and I've been living in the UK and Denmark for the last 5 years. And I just wanted to tell you how living abroad sometimes can change your life. So first of all, I'm going to start from the beginning. Why did I go to the UK first of all? So I was working in a bank and everyone was buying a house, a flat. Everyone wanted to settle here, and by that time I was 25 and I was like, shit, I just don't want to get a house, I don't want to settle right now. I want to go away, I want to live adventures, and I want to just grow, because I thought that going away would make me, I don't know, maybe smarter or I don't know, something. So I just decided to quit. I went away and I wanted to learn English because my English was really, really basic when I went away. So I love this quote that says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. And that's why I went away, because I didn't want to live my co-worker's life. The first thing that you realize when you're living abroad is that you suddenly, at some point, you stop talking only one language, and suddenly you speak more than one. So you speak in Spanish, you speak in English, and sometimes you speak in Danish. One of the good examples I always have is I remember one time we were a girl from the US, myself, and a girl from Australia. We were in Copenhagen and we were all talking in English, but there is this word called hygge in Danish, which means something more than cozy. It means somewhere where it's dark, where you have candles, where you have this cozy atmosphere sort of, but it's something that happens in winter as well. So we were all talking in English and suddenly we were like, oh, this is so hygge, and we were like, that's not English. It also happened when I brought some friends from Ireland here. We were talking after having lunch, and they didn't really understand why we were still on the table talking for so long. And we tried to explain them what sobremesa is. There's no word in English for that, it's just a Spanish thing. So you just have to go with the word sobremesa. So then I remember being back in Northern Ireland and being with friends and going let's have some sobremesa here. Something you also learn when you are living away is that you learn how to say goodbye and enjoy yourself. You end up meeting a lot of people when you're living abroad. Sometimes it's just for a really small period of time. So you know that people will come, people will go, but that's the fun part. So suddenly you end up with people and friends from all around the world, and it's something beautiful. I think it's something that connects people in a level that is really, really amazing. So that's one of the things why I always recommend everyone going away, because it opens your mind at some point. Something that also happens is that you have two of everything. Some people here might know what I'm talking about. Suddenly you're traveling back home and you have 2 SIM cards. You go to the UK and you're using O2. You go to Denmark, you're with 3. You come to visit your parents and you don't want to be left out without a phone, so you have SIM or something. You also have 2 chargers, because obviously in the UK they have this 3 plug thing, and you come to visit your parents and you need the second one, so you end up with 2 chargers in your luggage. Or currency. Why don't they have euros? No, they don't have euros, so you need your pounds, you need your kronas in Denmark, they don't have euros either, and you have your euros here, so which is a little bit of a nightmare, because I was going from Denmark to Belfast to visit some friends, and I landed in Dublin. I went to buy some chewing gum, and I couldn't because they were using euros, and I only had pounds and kronas. I was like, good. What's the next thing? Normal. What's normal? That's something you also learn whenever you are away. What's normal? Normal depends on where you are. So this is a Coke that I got when I ordered that in the US. I was having lunch and they asked me, what do you want to drink? I was like, a Coke. they brought me this picture. And they actually told me, if you finish it, you can refill it for free. So well, thank you guys. I don't think I'm going to finish that. The Christmas jumpers. Something that I love in the UK. It doesn't happen here. Last Christmas, we all have in my family these Christmas jumpers. So these Christmas parties in the UK, they are amazing. I love them. The Easter eggs. Something really funny. The brunches in Copenhagen. Oh, I miss them so much. They are so nice. Halloween. When I came here, I tried like all my friends. We had a Halloween party. It was so fun. That's Tivoli Park in Copenhagen. Guys, if you ever go to Copenhagen, go to that park. Something funny that happens whenever you bring your friends home is that you become a tourist in your own city. Suddenly you start looking at things in a different way, and you start discovering sites that you never saw before. And your friends start taking pictures of these funny places, and they go like, oh, that's amazing, oh, that's amazing. And it's been there your entire life, so you don't really appreciate them until you actually see them. And time, you realize that you measure time in small little moments. I remember in Copenhagen, it was this Eurovision Song Contest. I never liked Eurovision until that year. It happened in Copenhagen. It happened 5 minutes away from my house. And it was just crazy, like the amount of people that came to Copenhagen for that contest, and people from everywhere around Europe. And it was so much fun. We went out to the streets and they were full of people and screens everywhere, and it was so much fun that I actually engaged with the contest. Also, the times you travel, the times you have parties or you go on a flying lesson, and you just remember those little times. I don't know what year I did the flying lesson, I just remember how fun it was. We did it over Northern Ireland, and I remember going over really close to a mountain, the Mourns, and we were so scared because it was so foggy, and the instructor had to just turn around and like go because we didn't really know where the mountain was. That little moment when you discover Krispy Kremes and you don't want to eat any other donut than that one because they are the best brands in the world, or when you don't really care about football because I don't like football, but you get text messages from your friends in Holland because they beat you in the World Cup, and you're like, good, so we did something wrong. And suddenly you go back, like I did. I came back here to Vitoria, I want to come back to my city and I want to stay here, and everything looks the same. Nothing has changed. Like in this last year, in these last 5 years, my entire world has been put upside down. And I came back and like the city looks the same. My friends added me to this amazing WhatsApp group for La Cuadrilla. And all they talk about is Bascone, like always, and they all same things. And you were like, oh damn it, what's going on? And what's going on is that you change, and there's no coming back. Sometimes after these experiences, you feel like out of the box. Sometimes it's good, it feels good to be back home, but you do feel like odd at the odd time because you feel a little bit out of the box. So this is something that I also learned. Live as you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever. So that's my new motto now. Wow. Thank you.